Greetings, church, and greetings, Pastor Nathaniel Bassett. I would like to share my testimony, and this testimony is for the 7th Hallelujah Challenge for February 2025. On the 15th day after the Dress Like Your Miracle, you spoke about a turnaround in pre-diabetes, insulin resistance, among other things. And at that point, I wasn't feeling well. I was struggling with kidney infection. Both my kidneys were infected, and I kept on going to the hospital. And at this point, they had put a cannula on my hand and were treating me. So through this process, after it was done, my white blood count was still really high. But all in all, I chose to ignore it, chose to push on and continue working. And it was about April, on the 12th of April, on the 11th of April, my nephew was at home with me, and I told him, I said, I need you to drive me to the hospital. I'm not okay. And my nephew said, okay, let's go. And when we went to the hospital, they admitted me. It was a private clinic, and they admitted me overnight, and my nephew called my mom, who was in another city, it was really a long way. I was in Blantyre, and he called my mom and told her that, look, it's not well. You need to come back to Blantyre. And my mom and sister contacted my fiance, and she came along with my mom down to Blantyre. The next day, this was on Saturday, the next day on Sunday, my aunt came to visit me in the hospital, in the clinic, and she called my mom and said, look, things aren't well with your son. He needs to go to the ICU. And at this point, I was in and out of consciousness. I really wasn't aware of my surroundings. I did not know what was going on. And they rushed me to the hospital. At the moment I got to Blantyre Adventist Hospital, and they took me in by a wheelchair. When they laid me on the stretcher, that's when my heart stopped immediately. And by the time they managed to resuscitate me, I had slipped into a coma. I spent exactly 3 days and 3 nights in the coma, because I went under around 11 on Sunday in the morning. And when I came to, it was on Wednesday around 11 as well. So at this point, this experience that I had, it was all because my sugar was really high. I had hit about 750. My sugar levels were really, really high, and my body was in crisis. Everything had started shutting down. So the doctors tried the best that they could. They put me on insulin drips. They did everything they could do to try and get me to wake up. They rushed